Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today is a big maintenance day and we're going to be at it all day, so let's get started. Well, the first thing I got to do, I was going to show you something else, but might as well show you this first. Task number one is to get in here and spray all this green stuff with glyphosate. Last year I had a thistle in the back there that got nearly 6 feet tall and just tons of this grass. So I'm going to move stuff out of the way, get this spritzed with some glyphosate. This entire greenhouse might be coming down in maybe a month or so, as soon as the plants are done in here. But I can't wait that long. You could see how long that grass is back there. And if I don't do it, it's just going to be a mess in here. So that's one of my tasks. The next thing I got to do is overseed. This is about 4 pounds of DNR trail mix. And DNR trail mix is a mix of seeds that is good for trails like this, trails in the woods, that are going to get a good amount of traffic and a good amount of shade. And all it really is perennial rye, annual rye, and white clover. You can see right here that as the grass dies out, the clover really takes over. But the thing with this trail mix is you have to overseed every year or eventually it'll just die out. Rye isn't that strong of a grass, and if you're mowing it, it never goes to seed. So you have to get in there and overseed, like all these thin spots. You want to get some grass there. So that should be plenty. We'll just get that on this trail, a little bit going that way, down the Billy Road, and right up here. That's going to be a fairly quick job. Then I'm going to be spraying Tenacity, and I had buffalo grass growing here and on that whole stretch over there. I planted it last year and it got overtaken by foxtail. Hopefully the grass will still come up. It's a warm season grass and it should still be there, but I need to spray Tenacity to get rid of the weed grasses so that can come up and get established this year. And I'm also going to be spraying the Tenacity on this area here. It'll get rid of the broadleaf stuff and any foxtail, crabgrass, all that stuff. And then I'm going to be spot spraying on all of the lawns, like this crabgrass right here. I'm just going to spritz that. Got a good deal of crabgrass right in here. All of this stuff I'm just going to spot spray. Walk along with the sprayer, just spray the tops of it, and then this is all going to get cut tomorrow. There's no way around it. You should wait a couple days, but we can't do that. It's going to get cold, and we got company coming, lots of stuff. So there isn't a whole lot of crabgrass here. You can see it's mostly in that area, which is a newer area. This is mostly bluegrass. Got a lot of dog damage, but I took care of that. That'll come back. So spray Tenacity, and we're actually going to start way up at the end up there. Spot spray all the way down to this yard, come around the house, and then do this entire yard here. And I don't know if I'll be spraying these areas or not. I will probably get in here and spot spray. If I spray it on that grass and it kills it, that just means that it was a weed. Okay, so spraying Tenacity is job number 2. Job number 3 is the rock road. Well, actually the road's starting right here. Goes down, turns into the rock road, goes way down that way, and then pops up to the main road down there. That I got to go up and down that road and spray 2,4-D, and I have to overseed that as well. I don't have the seed right now. Hi, kitty. Can I talk to YouTube for a bit? I don't have the seed for that right now, but I really got to get the 2,4-D sprayed because I have a ton of garlic mustard and brambles growing up, and the longer I wait, the harder it's going to be to get rid of this stuff. All of this stuff right here is getting way overgrown. My brush cutter died and I ordered a new one, so as soon as that gets here, got to get that cut, but that's not going to be a today thing. And I have to spray Tenacity all through here as well. I just have a ton of spraying to do. I should be spraying glyphosate around the shed, and I have spraying to do up that way. We just had some really nasty weather, and the nasty weather is coming back, so I'm going to have to get this stuff done today. So let's get going. I'm going to mix up some glyphosate and get that sprayed first. Okay, greenhouse is done. Now I got to mix up some Mesotrione, which is generic Tenacity. So I'm going to mix 1 teaspoon of this with 2 gallons of water. I'm going to put a little dye in it, and I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of non-ionic surfactant in there. And I think I'll be doing that probably 5 or 6 times. I really have no idea. I'm going to be spot spraying. If I remember right, I did 8 of these. This is 4 gallons, so 16 gallons to do the entire lawn here, and another 16 to do the entire lawn on the other side. But I'm not doing the entire lawn. So, I don't know, maybe 8 of these, which would be a quarter of that, maybe less. I hope it's not 8, because that'll take all day, and I really got to get that road done down there. All right, let's mix this up. Okay, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I've been spraying for a few hours now. I started at the far end of the property on this lawn here, and I sprayed 3 tanks. I basically got to walk all over the place and look for weeds or crabgrass. I think it takes maybe about the same time as spraying the entire lawn, but it uses much less product. Yeah, I was going to show you like an example of crabgrass right in here, but there really isn't any. That could be right there, but it's really evident up there. It's getting really windy out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive up way to the far end, and then I'll slowly drive by what I've sprayed and show you what it looks like. Then I'll get this tank sprayed, and it'll probably take another one to get down to this area. And then once I get to this area, like in back of the house, I can film some more. Up here, it's just windy as all get out up there. The wind is being blocked right now, but it's coming like at an angle right like this, and it's, like I said, very windy up there. So I'll head up there, I'll show you what I sprayed so far, and then I'll get this tank sprayed, and then we'll move on from there. All right, I just finished the 5th tank, so that's 10 gallons, and that got all of the south lawn done along the side of the house, right through there, and this whole area right here. And this right here, I sprayed completely. This is where the buffalo grass is planted, and I need to stop anything but the buffalo grass from growing this year. Well, any weed grass. This got filled with foxtail last year, and at the end of the year I burnt it, and I was seeing tons of stuff coming up. You could see it all over the place. And if that is buffalo grass, it's going to do just fine. I have fertilizer mixed in with this as well. Any grass that is not a weed is going to actually do a bit better with this spray on it. So I'm hoping that the foxtail, well, this is a pre-emergent if it's watered in, and it's a post-emergent on any plant that it gets on. So any plant that is a weed in here that was sprayed is going to die, and once I water this in, any plant that didn't come up yet will not come up. So bluegrass will grow, buffalo grass will grow. Most of your beneficial grasses or your good grasses are going to grow just fine, and especially the foxtail. I cannot have foxtail growing in here this year. I'm not exactly sure what this is, if that's crabgrass or if that's foxtail, but whatever it is, it's going to die. But like I said, this just has tons of little stuff coming up. You can see little patches of it, and I'm going to guess that is buffalo grass, and that'll be really cool if that survived. I have to do the same thing on that big patch of buffalo grass over there as well, so I still got quite a bit of spraying to do. I actually should do it on this bare ground here, but I'm thinking I might wait until these seeds, I seeded this with perennial rye. I think I'm going to wait for the seeds to come up and get fairly strong and then spray this stuff. I definitely need to rake some seed into this part here. This was all planted with that DNR trail mix, and you can see the difference. Look at how nice it looks down there on the Billy Road and right here. Pretty much most of this road right here, and then right at the bottom of the hill here, and this whole little hill just look like crap. But I'm going to have to do that a different day. Today it looks like I'm going to be spraying all day. What time is it? It is almost 4 o'clock, and I probably have 3 or 4 more hours just to get the rest of this top part sprayed. Holy moly. Okay, well, let's get back at it. Okay, that's going to have to wrap it up for today. I lost track of how many tanks I sprayed, but what was it, 6 on that side, and probably 4, maybe 5 on this side, and I have about 1 more tank to go. I got to spray the lawn, just the very end of the lawn, parts of the ditch back there, a little bit right in here, and a little bit right in here. And for the most part, that's just to kill the foxtail. This part right here, I got to get in here and kill some of this grass. I'm going to plant blue grama along the top here. So I got to kill like a strip all along the road and then go in here and there. That's going to be the buffer zone so we can burn back here. Blue grama does not get very tall. That's what this is as well. This is buffalo grass, and this is going to be a buffer zone as well. I'm not sure how tall this is going to get, but we'll see. Like I said before, last year this was taken over by foxtail, but you can see there's tons of stuff sprouting out, and I'm hoping that's not foxtail, but if it is, it's going to die. I do believe that's buffalo grass, but time will tell. So tomorrow I'm going to water this in. That will make this a pre-emergent, and what I sprayed now will kill any weed grass that's already growing. So we should have no weeds in this area, and hopefully that buffalo grass will take over in here. Yeah, looking pretty nice. There was areas of this lawn that were pretty bad, mostly near the house, and that's because the dog pee kills them spots every year, you know, in different places. And if you don't take care of it, which I haven't in the past every time, if you don't take care of it, it'll get to be all weeds. Horses see Natalie coming. They're talking to each other. That's Max down there, and Windsor right there talking to each other. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but a lot of this stuff is not weeds, it's bluegrass, but there is some foxtail and some crabgrass mixed in, like right in here. We got to get this cut, but it's going to take a while for this to work, so I'm thinking we're going to probably wait a good 3 days before we cut this. I ended up right about here, and then I went into the prairie garden here and just got spots where there's bunches of grass growing. That is not going to be prairie grass, the stuff like on the edge here, and that right there, that's probably yellow foxtail. So I'm going to go through here and spray a little better. The majority of the little blue stem, big blue stem, and Indian grass, most of that is not even up yet. Like this right here, this is big blue stem. This is all warm season grasses, and they don't come up for another month. So I'll get this all sprayed. That'll kill the weeds in here and get the bottom part of this hill, and that should do it. And whatever I got left in the tank, I'll just work my way around the roads here and use it up. This is what we're shooting for. This nice thick green grass like this. Once you got thick grass like this, the weeds just can't get started, and for the most part the maintenance is just tossing a little bit of seed every year and mowing it. But when you got tons of weed, this is all reclaimed pasture land. This area right here was woods, actually. It was pasture at one time, and then when we bought the place, this was all little trees right here. So we've been kind of fighting the weeds the entire time we've been here, but it's almost done. All right, I'm gonna have to end the video here. My grandson and his parents are on their way here, and will be here at about 9 o'clock. So I have 3 hours to get this video produced and uploaded, and then we're gonna hang out with them. So if you want to see an update on this, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what is coming up here, if that's yellow foxtail or if that's the buffalo grass that I planted last year. I'm really curious on this. So like I said, I'm going to water this tomorrow to activate the pre-emergent, and if this stuff turns white and dies, then we'll know that it was foxtail and not buffalo grass. The buffalo grass might not come up for a while yet. I don't know. It's my first year of it coming back, so not super familiar with it. So if you want to see that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comments section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.